Welcome to the OCONUS brief and CONUS brief for the first week of March. A little bit different this week given what's going on. There's a lot of rapid pace advancements in news and information out there. There's a ton going on internationally and domestically. And instead of just carpet bombing everyone with information, because that's what's been going on in the media and larger news organizations, I wanted to take a look at cognitive warfare and what we've seen in the past week in the Ukrainian conflict and the world media at large and the narratives that have been going on. The cognitive warfare is really on display right now as to the narratives going on with the Ukrainians and also the Russians and what's being exported to you as news. Raw information is a tool used to trigger the mind and nervous system signaling move, signaling behave. Here's a list of the anti-Russian propaganda that's been circulating. And you'll be able to see the connections once we start here. But you have to ask yourself, have you fell victim to cognitive warfare? How many of these things that you've heard this week did you just believe because you saw it here on the news? You saw it in media, you saw it in the socials out there. You have to ask yourself, what you've seen, is it the usual suspects playing usual games? Is it the social media catapulting a narrative forwards? So here's the start of what I've been talking about. Here's the narratives that I've seen going around that have been false. A Ukrainian father crying as he hugged his daughter was actually a pro-Russian rebel in Donbass preparing to fight the Nazi Azov battalion. The second one, 13 Ukrainian soldiers killed on Snake Island. They were actually alive and surrendered, and they're completely okay and well. A Russian tank that ran over a civilian car in Kyiv was actually a Strela 10 Ukrainian air defense system, not Russian assets. Photos of Zelensky in military garb with a ACH helmet on, was actually him roaming the border in 2021 as part of a delegation. A video of Ukrainian MiG-29 shooting down Russian Su-35s and other military air assets. These were actually simulator animations from Arma 3, and they were purported to be the Ghost of Kiev. We had a Russian cruise missile that blew up the side of a residential building when it was actually a Ukrainian air defense missile fired by the Ukrainian military. A Russian supply convoy that the Ukrainian military blew up was actually a Ukrainian convoy. Another one, just the list goes on. Ukrainian military lied about blowing up 56 tanks that included the convoy that General Tushayev was supposed to be a part of. Another claim was Western intel said that the Ukrainians had shot down multiple IL-76 transport planes carrying VDV paratroopers. There's no evidence of that to date. So as you can see, there are so many information operations going on out there, and your mind is the target of this cognitive warfare. There's an information war going on that is trying to get to the seat of your mind, trying to develop a certain sentiment in you so your choice making and your believing and your belief system backs a certain narrative. These are the kinds of things that have been going on this week and last, and it's in full force effect now. So with an interest in cognitive warfare, we can look at these things differently and see that they're about targeting your mind, targeting your belief system, targeting your sentiment, and it's very effective propaganda and incredibly hard to miss going on. I hope as we continue to do updates on what's going on in the Ukraine and also domestically here in the United States, a lot of these points will become more and more apparent to you, that they're actually part of warfare. It's just not the news or something you read on social media. This is information that's being brought to you for a specific narrative and a specific reason. It's targeted information. And it's in your mind and your belief and your systems of understanding and choice are the targets of this. Thanks again for joining me for this segment of the CONUS and OCONUS brief. I know it's a little bit unusual and different for the normal patterns and CONUS updates that we have and OCONUS updates that we have, but I thought it was important to bring it to you in this fashion, and I had to wait to see what was going on out there, collect this information and review it. So I apologize on being so late with these updates, but I hope you find this of value. Please join us again on Patreon and also our website, www.battlelab.us. We're also found on the socials out there, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Please join us at any of those socials as well. Thank you.